Hello there folks, welcome back to another Glory Hunter episode with me, DoctorBenjyFM. Today we play Hertha Berlin, but before Hertha Berlin, let's go back in time. Let's time travel, viewers, and go back to pre-Ben, who's played Manchester United in the first leg of the Europa League. Let's go over to him now. Hello, this is pre-Ben here, ready for the first leg against Manchester. Why are we not just doing 3 games in this episode? This is the team for this one. I won't talk you through it because... well, Chris Tell's not playing, and I can't bring myself to say it. Omar's going to come in to replace him to keep things as regular as possible. He's just suffering. He's got a very minor injury, but I don't want to risk him. So this will be me reacting as it happens to the Manchester United first leg, the home leg of our Europa League tie. Here we go. They've got Hudson-Odoi and Mbappe, and Para plays for them as well. Oh, I just don't want to be here, viewers. And I'm not even the official episode doer. I'm just the, let's see what happens in this game. I'm the backup, viewers. Does this count as another character? I don't know. Sort of emotionally tired second-rate Ben here, viewers. Good to see you. Manchester United with the ball in. Shelton gets it clear. Not even allowed to do that, apparently. Not even allowed to take part in that. United forward again, though, of early in the game. And while I'm expecting to put up a decent fight, I'm not necessarily expecting to win, of course, the second leg to come in today's episode, which I'm not a part of. This is what you call a crisis, viewers. This is what you call an existential crisis. United put the ball in again. Castillo gets rid. So far, we're doing a lot of defending and not a lot of attacking. We've got the ball. I mean, Victor Hugo's being played in. It's the first chance of the game. He's quite isolated up front in his own. That's become obvious to me. We've not really had the ball. They've got a corner, and Mbappe whips it in. It's cleared away. Martin, I don't know. I'm worried because they're quite good. Para shoots wide. He wouldn't want to hurt me. He wouldn't want to do that to me. No way. 35 minutes gone. Demanding more. Hoping to see a bit more. So far, 0-0. Pretty good. If they score an away goal, we are in trouble town, viewers. Oh, and I tell you don't want to be in trouble town. Oh no, let me. Oh no, maybe that could be my thing. Maybe I could live in trouble town. All right, team talk, passionately getting up to them. Now, do you know what I assertively say? You're not being good enough. You can still improve. Come on, let's see a bit more here. I want you to improve attacking wise. Come on, you weren't that bad, but you can improve. I might risk Chris Tell as well. Give him a half. I mean, he's the X factor in the team. We saw it last episode, viewers. Chris Tell comes on. Omar goes off. That's what I'm going to do now. Of course, future Ben, he knows what happens. United are forward again here. So far, they've looked pretty good. On balance, we've had more possession. And in terms of performance, we have got a slightly higher average rating across the board. But in terms of goals, it's still at 0-0. And let's face it, they are a danger, viewers. They're a threat. We've got the possession, though. And Victor Hugo now racing at them. Victor Hugo goes for goal. Well, if we get a goal from this and take a 1-0 to theirs, I'm going to be loving life. It's time to demand even more, viewers. I think every time you say demand more, there should be different levels of I demand a little bit more, I demand a lot more, even more. I'm again demanding more. It should change every time you press it, I think. Until you've got to the option of there's nothing more to demand, which I think is probably fair. The defensive shape of this team is actually causing United quite a few problems. Victor Hugo, played in by Chris Tell, goes for goal. Chris Tell gets it back, beats a man, Forster Friss does it quite nearly. Victor Hugo scored! Victor Hugo scored! And Leipzig lead against Manchester United. And, well, I should do the proper episode, I think. You are in this episode. Remember, you are in this. Yeah, I know, but this is just the pre-episode to the episode, isn't it? All right, 1-0 lead, looking good. Even if they score now, I feel good, to be honest. I feel like my job's been done. So, I've reacted, haven't I? You've all seen the reaction. Chris Tell, ball forward towards Victor Hugo, who ordinarily we've said isn't so good on his right side. But, he was fine there, wasn't he? Got it onto his left foot and provided a finish. Oh, good heavens. United forward. Hudson-Odoi, he's got to pull it back. Surely they've scored. It's Pierre Martin with the goal. He's been a sharp shooter in this game world. And there's his 19th of the season. Not ideal. If I'm just reacting, I'm speeding these highlights up a little bit, I'll tell you now. Ball across. Para. Oh, it's hit the bar 3 times. It's not gone in. Right, Victor Hugo's got a goal. Kleber is going to come off. Palamequa's going to come on for him. And just again, freshening up of the midfield. 10 minutes to go. Time's ticking away. And I've got to say, a 1-1 against Manchester United. Pretty good. And that concludes then. Decent performance from us there. Very good. I'll hand back over now to episode Ben. So there it is then, a 1-1 draw against Manchester United, which is not too bad. We'll play the second leg later on in today's episode. It was tricky to schedule all of this. I mentioned it last episode. We've found a way, viewers, so this is how we're going to go about it. Here we are then, Hertha Berlin up first, Manchester United next. The league table then, we still stand top of it. Bayern Munich played yesterday and have just won 5-0, so they're very much back in the conversation. And Hertha Berlin, well, they're not out of the conversation. We need to make sure we win, keep them away. Enemy of the people, stay away from me. Lots of other games happening today as well. Schalke and Hoffenheim, they meet today, and Dortmund are away at Freiburg. So lots of the big sides, apart from Bayern, playing today. Now, of course, after the midweek frolic, we'll call it, some of our players not fully fit for this, but it's a game I can't really risk players not playing them. It's such a big game that it matters so much. We've got to play our best, strongest 11, haven't we? Adriano then will be in goal. Wagyu Castillo shouting. He's back in defence because he's loving it. All right, I think I became shouting there very briefly. That was new, viewers. Did you like it, boss? I've got a migraine. So, no, not really. Fliesener will be to the left-hand side. Luis Ricardo, Fries, Martinov, Kleber, Tull, and Victor Hugo then will be up front. And again, trying to get the best out of Victor Hugo can sometimes be problematic, but we'll stick with it. He's the only player not having a little purple patch of form, whereas Chris Tull is not having that issue right now. He is absolutely flying. Won 4 goals in a recent episode. Didn't contribute as much against United, but then didn't play the entire game. Only completed 12 passes. So, 10 of his 12 passes, so wasn't really involved at all, viewers. All right then, enemy of the people, Hertha Berlin. They've caused me heartbreak before, but that was a different time. That was at Borussia Dortmund. Now at Leipzig, it's been snowing, viewers. They've got Balcells up front, who is so average, it's unbelievable. If I don't beat any of the people, Hertha Berlin, then I don't know what's going on. We are so much better. It's scary. And the good news is we're slowly developing this tactic in the fact that we just played it more and more. As let's put these highlights quickly. Too quick for me, viewers. They've scored. I think it's been ruled out though. VAR is taking a look at it. Charles Pino Moreno. I wasn't even ready with the harmonica jingle. And the decision is that it's been ruled out, viewers. It goes back to 0-0. Take that one away, please. There it is, 0-0. We're back in action. The highlights were too quick. Someone's been meddling here, viewers. We are in the white. Confusing though, because we do wear both of these kits. But we're in the white today. Turl into Victor Hugo. Oh, he's cannoned it off the crossbar. Another chance for us though. Throwing deep in their half as Fleesener's ball into Martinov. We've gone close twice now, very close. Both, I would say, have been somewhat half chances, as again, we work it quite nicely on the edge of the box. As Wagyu gets it back on that side. If he could beat his man, maybe put a delivery into the centre. Victor Hugo's there at the front post, can't quite convert it though. We've flown into this game, I tell you what, it's action stations already, viewers. It's whether we can find those passes to get in Victor Hugo, to get Chris Tull in dangerous areas. He's on the ball now, and of course he'll look for that run of Victor Hugo and finds it. Victor Hugo onto his left foot. That's where he's most dangerous, viewers. It may well be offside, but that is the combination we want to see. The referee has blown his whistle. It's going to be pulled back, but that right there, that is what I would describe as one of our goals, just like that. You can see, interestingly, when they have a goal kick as well, Martinov pushes right up. You do definitely get a more of a diamond shape when that happens, with the two boys up front almost acting as two forwards. So, yeah, it's kind of what we want out of possession. Playing quite wide as well. It does restrict passes inside a little more, as that one, though, goes all the way across. It's a really good switch of play as Fliesener comes in there. Shelton intercepts, and now just got to keep this ball and get it further forward. Here we are, Luis Ricardo. That's what I like about him. Just doing the job that I expected to do in those positions, as Martinov now finds lots of space to run into, actually. The ball deflects towards goal, and the keeper gets a grab on it. After a decent first leg performance against United, I want to carry that momentum, really, as that ball forward is pretty good. And they get away from Fris, and Castararo goes forward with it. Fris, though, does well. Defends decently on that side, of course, providing cover for the right back over there as they work it back inside now, and that's kind of where we want it. Again, Chris Tull wins it back, and now Victor Hugo, he's got a lot to do from there. Oh my goodness me, what a finish! Victor Hugo is victorious. It's 1-0 Leipzig. What a goal that was. 3 dimensions, please. It's snowing, viewers. You can see that on the floor. It's not even a Chris Tull interception. It's just a fancy back pass that doesn't go as it should do. That left-footed strike, though, cannons off the top of the post and goes in. They're forward here, Hertha Berlin. They're looking dangerous, and I know who it is, viewers, and I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed, and he knows I'm disappointed. It's a penalty kick. Shelton has given it away, and now we're looking to Adriano to keep us in the lead, and he can't. It's a great penalty, and Hertha Berlin then level things. I mean, it probably was a penalty. I can't imagine it was done. Maybe just put him off. Maybe just shouted at him to put him off. Just shouted boo really loudly, and that was enough. You're not allowed to do that. I think that is actually against the rules. I don't think you're allowed to shout at your opposition. The irony of me on the sidelines, just, doing what I do. Chris Tull, 6.5, having a quiet game, but I'm going to persevere with him. I'm not going to change anything for now. He's looked good in this position recently. 1-1 at half-time, though. Dortmund leads. Schalke Hoffenheim still 0-0. Unlucky boys. Things haven't gone right for us so far, but there's still time for us to make a difference here. A little bit unfortunate to give away a penalty, obviously. Not really much we can do about that. But going forward, so far, we've looked decent. Half an hour to go. Chris Turl is having one of his poorer games. And while I want to sort of carry on with him, I might just push him further forward. A few people were saying maybe get Chris Turl in as a trequartista. I don't think you necessarily thought me doing it that far forward would be the way to try and work this, but that's what we're going to do. He's played every single striker role at this point. I think he's played every single one. All right, okay. It's not working so much further forward, so we'll put him a little bit deeper. Again, just changing the role ever so slightly. Really with the intention of getting him more involved. There's 84 minutes on the clock. I need a hero. I need Diallo. So if there's ever a man to rescue this game for me, it's probably him. We're looking tired at the back, by the way, so people will probably certainly make changes as Diallo is being played in by Friss. I need a hero, viewers. It was close. I'm going to get him off. Marcus Paolo is going to come on at right back. I don't want to be done there with pace by them. They've got some quick players out there. As the time is ticking away, we maybe could have gone more attacking. And back-to-back 1-1s is never ideal. But against a top 6 rival, again, I say this all the time, it's important not to lose, and well, we've not lost. But you weren't really good enough today. And that's going to fire them up, hopefully, for this game against United. Not our best work. Look, Hertha Berlin have caused us problems in the past, but we do stay top of the table. We still have a 2-point gap now. Bayern, Schalke and Dortmund back in the mix. That top 6 is so much fun, as their 2 late Schalke goals actually got them the win. Wow, 91st and 94th minute goals. Blimey. Very late doors as, things in the Bundesliga continue to hot up. And Hoffenheim, they don't seem to be as much involved. I mean, they're still the same points as Hertha Berlin, so maybe that's a silly thing to say. But I think that's the game that unfortunately we're going to miss. Hopefully we do well in it, but I think Dortmund next episode, that's the way to do things. I'm debating something here. For this game against United, all this talk about Victor Hugo, I'm trying to figure out if it's better to play Chris Turl on the right-hand side, move Victor Hugo to the left. He's just so much strong on his left foot. I think we have to make that move, whereas Chris Turl, I think as a midfielder, you get a little bit more time to maybe move onto your favourite foot and play balls forward. I think that's a move we're going to make, because Luis Ricardo, that's not what you want to see. Twisted knee, 3 to 5 days. It will affect our team selection coming up now. I think Kessie's probably the logical choice as goals flying in around Europe. That's not what I wanted. I do like that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is Man United manager. And you're probably thinking, he's still Man United. No. They brought him back, viewers, which I thought was a brave choice. He's got a much better win percentage this time round. 10% more. So he's obviously taken what he's learned and he's doing better. Right, Liverpool have knocked PSG out of the Champions League. I hope that puts a little bit more pressure, maybe, on the PSG boss if things go our way this season. I mean, lots still to decide. All right, Luis Ricardo, I'm not going to risk him. I am gutted. Actually, Palomeque could come in. Right, he's not as sharp because he's not been playing as recently. I absolutely should be getting him to play sort of reserve team football to get him fit, but at least that's an option for us. Also, it's helpful because, Kessie's not registered, so fair enough, Ben. Probably play Morato in that role, actually. He'd be pretty good in there, but, I mean, it may be an option later down the line, especially if we've got a lead, maybe. He's a little bit fitter, though. Do you know what? I might gamble here. I'm gambling, and I'm putting him in there. He prefers to be an anchor man, but he can play the deep line playmaker role, of course. Normally a centre-back for us, but that 15 passing, decent positioning, again, decent tackling, I just like it. Maybe a gamble, viewers. Maybe a gamble. We will see. All right, we mentioned it earlier then. Chris Turl moving across the other side. Victor Hugo on his stronger left side. We'll see if that makes any impact. Of course, the roles in the midfield, I'm not sure how it will affect it. I guess there's a little bit of trial and error right now. Martinov's the only one struggling for fitness. Of course, we've got players to bring off the bench if need to be, and Diallo could well have a big say on this game. All right then, 1-1. They've got the away goal, and we have to get one early, I think. United again looking strong. Pierre Martin and Mbappe have just switched places. The rest of the side is very good. Just looking at their bench, they've got some talent. Also, this is one of the final sort of few seasons, really, where you've still got the wonder kids of nowadays still playing their trade sort of towards the back end of their careers, and United have got a fair few of those. All right, then. Old Trafford is the venue, and it's never, ever an easy place to go, is it? Let's face it. And our boys are going to have to be at their very, very best. We're trying to play positively, but it's Hudson-Odoi's ball in early. They hit the crossbar very, very early. Victor Hugo's going to have to, if he can turn his man here, though. I mean, there was loads of space in behind. The hold-up play from him was good, and Fritz has actually played him in. And Victor Hugo now on his left side, viewers. Oh, well, if it was his right side, I'd say, well, he's not on his right side, but I guess he should be finishing that and hasn't. United going for very much a zonal marking plan there, as did we try and play to that? There's only marking from corners and very where. Oh, I mean, am I doing this now? I'm going to have a few players lurk outside the edge, and I want us to play these corners short and work it. All right, I've set up short corner routines on either side, If that has an impact, I'm going to feel like a genius, viewers. I just think that with the way they're playing it, if we can find a way to work it onto the edge, it might prove to be the missing piece of the jigsaw. Speaking of corners, though, it's Manchester United that strike first. The irony, viewers, the cruel irony. The reality is, it doesn't really change that much. We knew coming here that we had to score a goal, and, well, that hasn't really changed. The thing is, we're playing one of the best teams in the world. The fact they're in the Europa League, by the way, is a bit shocking to me. You look at some of the players, you can see why that is surprising. Para should be one of the best midfielders in the world. And Mbappe, we know all about. Of course, Hudson-Odoi, we've had at England, and we know how good he is. United take a 2-0 lead. And our Europa League fairy tale might be coming to an end. That treble talk might be a little bit premature. Mbappe swings it in, and the irony of us sorting out set pieces and conceding from 2 set pieces. I now fear that at Old Trafford, things could get pretty ugly. Half an hour gone. I guess being positive maybe isn't the way. We'll go slightly more balanced and see if that brings us back into it a little bit. It's all about Chris Tull finding space now and again. He's got some now. If we can find him, we're just not giving him the ball there. Not only are we not giving him the ball, we're giving it away. It's so bad. Osborne racing forward now. Ball played to the back post. Martin, I'll tell you what, credit to them. Credit to them. They are basically capitalising on every single error that we make. I don't want to see it again. Wow. I mean, Chris Tull, this is very early to do it. Martinov there. Chris Tull's having a shocker. Martinov's pretty absent in this game so far. And I'm going to get Diallo on early, viewers. And this is going to seem like a risk. Pulling a player this early, especially a new boy, he's not going to love that. We're just before half-time, to be fair. So another corner to United. Since I changed our corner situation, we've not had a corner. So that's really great, that is. If we get a goal before half-time, you never know, do you? You never know. Diallo's on it. If he can get it into the centre, he's got Victor Hugo there. Diallo goes alone. Victor Hugo turls there. Right, well, we've scored a goal, viewers, and we now know if we level things up, make it 3-3, we'll go through on away goals. But a little bit of a lifeline, and that's that man Diallo. I feel good about the change, I've got to be honest. I didn't think anything was happening without it. And now, we're maybe back in the game. United do brilliantly to stop the first 2 attempts. The third, though, Chris Tull on hand to poke home. Okay, half-time. I'm not expecting much, but you never know, you just never know. We're underdogs here. Maybe make us feel a little bit like that. Make us believe it's possible still. I'm not happy with the defensive work, though. I'm not happy with what's happening in the midfield at all. And up front, I'm going to calmly say, look, come on, you've been unlucky, good effort, keep working hard. It's a tough job away at Old Trafford. I'm not going to be too hard on those boys. And Diallo's just come on. I don't want to destroy his confidence. So throw in on that side. If we can win it back, the press was semi-decent. We didn't win the ball, though, as they've got loads of space. Ball pulled back, and Mbappe, defensively, you've done well. It's a goal kick. At what point do you throw caution to the wind and just go attacking? I guess that decision will come if they don't score here. If they do score here, I guess we're doing it anyway. Mbappe puts it in. We're going attacking, viewers, and this could end up like 12-1 at this point. I genuinely feel like this is a bit of a case of their team is much better than our team, and maybe that's a bit of a cop-out, I don't know, but I don't know. I'm looking at who scored for them, and I'm just thinking, would you get in my team? Yeah, probably. Playing wingers as well, and you've been watching it, and I'm sure you're thinking it. We are getting exposed like crazy out wide, especially our fullbacks, wingbacks, as the ball's for Diallo. When it breaks to him, Diallo keeps it. Wow, what a goal from Diallo, who continues to give me, viewers, the tiniest bit of hope. No one else on this pitch is giving me any hope, but Diallo is doing that job right now. Brings the ball down brilliantly, turns away, and then I think he gets tackled twice. There's the first one. It ricochets back to him, gets tackled again, keeps going, and it's a good finish. A nervy finish, viewers, but a good finish. 65 minutes gone as, again, we've gone attacking. I'm going to tell the boys to get creative. I could push Tull further forward as well. I think that's probably the way to go about things. Try and commit a few extra men. We're going to have to score pretty quickly if this is going to go our way, though, and it doesn't seem to be happening yet. Is there a hero on our bench? Militidis, are you that guy? Victor Hugo's had a pretty quiet game. Let's get him on. Let's see if you can make something late doors happen. There's a highlight. Could it happen, viewers? Could it happen? I don't necessarily believe it myself, but I'm hopeful. Ball's played into midfield. Para plays it out towards Mbappe. They're so dangerous out wide, and they've got the ability to get balls in whenever they flipping like. 5 minutes to go. Do you know what? And this is going to sound bizarre. If you'd have offered me a 5-3 aggregate defeat to United, I'd have been disappointed, but I'd have been relatively happy, and that's what we've got. I don't think this was the year for the Europa League, if I'm totally honest. I don't necessarily think we've got the best side left in it. And you look at the teams, I'll show you in a minute, the teams that have gone through are very good. We were the underdogs, we did our best. Hopefully the momentum we can keep in the league, in the cup, of course, that's what matters right now. And you can see the sides that have gone through. Chelsea have gone through, Borussia Dortmund, any of the people, Hertha Berlin, Marseille, Lyon. It's still a tough competition to win right now, so I don't feel too bad about it. Disappointed? Sure, but at the end of the day, this is never, it was never the target at the start of the season. Of course, we were in the Champions League, so it was a bit of a free hit, and there's still luckily for me, plenty of time, but today, not our day. And that is going to bring us to the end then. If you've enjoyed it, please do drop a like on it. If you want to see more, make sure you subscribed. Of course, earlier today we had an episode with Newcastle. It's a new series on the channel. I'll link it in the description as well. Please go and check it out. Please give it a chance. It'll be out numerous times this week, so please do leave it with your support. Of course, you can watch it alongside Glory Hunter. You may well have a little bit more time on your hands at the moment. So we love with care. From minutes until next time, I'll see you again very, very soon. Goodbye. Still the double. Still the double, everyone. Just relax. Still the double. Still the double.